Welcome to Fort Langley National Historical Site. It was built in 1827 by the Hudson's Bay Company and was used as a trading post between the local First Nations and the Europeans. Now, why is this location so important to Canadian history? Well, it's the birthplace of British Columbia.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Celine. Welcome to the Big House. This is where British Columbia was proclaimed British Columbia, November 19, 1858. So you are standing right now where British Columbia was born. The birthplace of BC is right here.
Today, the historical fort has been restored to its original glory. Timber buildings stand strong within the palisade. Fort Langley was constructed by Sir George Simpson, governor of the Hudson's Bay Company. The fort was constructed because the boundary between British and American possession of the Trans Mountain West had not been established. Therefore, in an effort to claim the land, the fort was built. Today, visitors and school children of all ages are met by interpreters dressed in traditional costumes from the 1800s. The storehouse is where all the goods were organized and kept. Today, the storehouse claims the title as the oldest surviving building in British Columbia. It was built in the early 1840s.
Welcome to the Storehouse. At 177 years old, it's one of the oldest buildings in BC. Here's where they would store all the goods coming in for trade. The beaver felt was one of the most popular furs for trade. It was also used as the currency here instead of money. The beaver felt was used to make the hats that were incredibly popular over in England. Some of the most popular trade items in the storehouse were the Hudson's Bay blankets as a status symbol for the First Nations people. The ropes were used to make their fishing nets in the Fraser River to hunt salmon. The axe heads were incredibly useful because they were stronger than the stone tools they were used to.
The fort's blacksmith shop is a popular stop for visitors who want to watch the blacksmith play with fire and bend some steel.
Welcome to Fort Langley, National Historic Site here, part of Parks Canada. My name is John. I'm one of the blacksmiths here, and what we're going to do right now is we're actually going to light the forge using flint and steel. So I've got a steel striker right here, and I've got a piece of flint. So all I do actually is I'm going to be hitting it nice and hard, creating nice sparks. It's going to land on my char cloth here, and make sure we have one that's already good to go. So if I blow, see how it started to spread. So we're going to take this, we're going to wrap it in our frayed rope. And this is how we would start a fire every morning in the blacksmith shop. So blacksmiths were really important here in Fort Langley because of course you need your blacksmiths to make all the tools for the people who worked inside the fort. You need the blacksmiths to fix things, repair things, and of course the blacksmiths were making a lot of items to trade to the customers, the local First Nations here in the area. So we got it nice and sharp, gave it a little right angle bend. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to work the other side and we're actually going to give it a nice little curl. And there we go. So this guy here is all done. What we have here is an actual hook that you can hang different things off of. Here in the fort, you could use to hang and dried meat and fish. You can hang tools, clothing, whatever it is you really want off of it.
Fort Langley was a self-sufficient community with a vibrant economy. 159 years later, we celebrate the birthplace of British Columbia. From Fort Langley National Historical Site, I'm Iayisha Khan.